During his life, he was very unsuccessful, considered a failure and a madman. After his untimely death, he became one of the most celebrated artists in history.
Be prepared to enter the mind of Vincent Van Gogh. Welcome to the Something or Other Tour. Welcome to the Something or Other Tour. Today we're in San Francisco at Immersive Van Gogh. 300,000 cubic feet of monumental projection that'll transport you into the mind of Vincent Van Gogh through his paintings. You get to experience it through every color, every brushstroke, every detail as his works animate around you. I'm lucky enough to be an exhibit ambassador, so I got some complimentary tickets, some gifts coming my way. If you missed it, we gave away 2 tickets on our Instagram. Make sure you follow us so you don't miss future contests. You may have seen this in the hit Netflix show Emily in Paris, but now it's right here in San Francisco. I got my kinda Starry Night mask. I'm ready to go. Welcome to the Something or Other Tour. Vincent Van Gogh was a Dutch painter born to an upper middle class family in 1853. Early in his adult life, he worked as an art dealer and then a missionary, and he was sort of floundering around until he took up painting and he fell in love with it.
During that time, his younger brother Theo helped to financially support him. Much of what we know about Van Gogh is from his letters to his brother, which were all saved.
For his sunflowers, his olive and cypress trees,
lots of wheat fields,
lower class subject matter, peasants, seedy rooms.
But he painted in a style with dramatic, motion-filled brushstrokes, very bold colors and bold contrast. Almond blossoms, these are beautiful. Some of these sketches were saved by his brother as well. My favorites. He painted these windmills near a place he was staying with his brother. Van Gogh had mental health issues his entire life.
He was self-destructive, did not take care of himself or his health. He was battling alcoholism and depression until the very end. He had difficulty finding love and making and keeping friendships, and his career was middling at best. He was ostracized and ridiculed for his work often.
He was never able to find the success that he wanted and he probably deserved in his lifetime. This is The Potato Eaters, one of his most famous works. It shows a peasant family and their dinner. Not the most popular subject matter at the time, which is one of the things that set him apart. After he took up painting, Van Gogh moved to Paris and he met up with some avant-garde painters,
which was a counterculture against the Impressionist art movement.
So this was incredibly influential to Van Gogh,
who then got bolder in colors and brushstrokes. His style started to flourish. One of those painters was Paul Gauguin, who Van Gogh took a liking to and wanted to continue to work with. He begged Gauguin to start a studio and art community with him, so they attempted it in 1888.
They attempted to set up a studio together in Arles, but Gauguin's alleged arrogance and Van Gogh's insecurity and delusions
led them to eventually severing ties by that December. That was the main catalyst to Van Gogh taking a razor and slicing his own ear off. Some newer research also believes that Vincent learned his brother Theo had just gotten engaged, and he feared that their relationship and his financial support would never be the same.
And of course his severe depression and emotional instability. He delivered his own ear to a brothel nearby and went back to his studio home, the Yellow House, and collapsed until police found him. That's something else, huh boy?
Yeah. The urban legend is Van Gogh cut off his ear for love, but not much research supports that. It was more about his career, his arrangement with his family, and his severe depression and emotional instability.
So after that he was hospitalized for a time until he returned to the Yellow House.
But his behavior didn't improve. He had delusions and mental breakdowns, which was enough for the neighbors around him to petition for his removal, and he had to leave the Yellow House. They referred to him as the red-headed madman. After this ordeal, he gifted a portrait to the subject of the painting, his doctor Felix Ray.
The doctor did not like the portrait. In fact, he kept it in his chicken coop.
Today, that painting is worth around $50 million.
And he kept it in his chicken coop. This is the Night Cafe. This is a cafe he used to hang out in. Van Gogh wrote he was trying to express the idea that the cafe is a place one can ruin oneself, go mad, or commit a crime. This was a lifestyle that Van Gogh knew pretty well. Here you get to see his paintings actually come alive. They animate those brush strokes, so you can feel what he felt in a way.
Socially distanced, so you don't have to feel crowded. You can stand around, sit around, or even lay around. Whatever it takes for you to be immersed. Worldwide pandy or not, it's nice to have the space around you. Please come on down and check this place out. Sit and just vibe out without a big dummy like me talking your ear off. Get it? You could feel the movement in Van Gogh's paintings. So watching them come alive like this is quite an experience. Van Gogh made a series of paintings called The Sower, and a few of those are depicted in this scene. It shows a peasant farmhand spreading seed through a wheat field, which was meant to represent giving life. Van Gogh was very focused on themes of the less fortunate peasants and common folk. Voluntarily committed himself to an insane asylum in Saint-Remy in early 1889, where some of his most famous work was completed.
Saint-Remy! It's incredible how they morph these paintings together to make sort of a narrative through his life.
Captain High Pants on high alert.
This one is called The Prisoner's Round. He did this when he was locked up in that insane asylum in Saint-Remy.
Beautiful dark blue colors, the stonework. This was actually a redone version of a sketch by an artist named Gustave Doré.
Some people say that guy in the middle is Van Gogh himself.
I love the colors in this one.
When Van Gogh was confined, he had no scenes to paint.
So he relied on finding other artwork to copy and do his own little remix to.
Or painted things within the asylum.
Probably his most famous painting, The Starry Night, depicted a view that he had from that asylum.
Here's the painting that puts butts in seats. Starry Night. Starry Night was a view that Van Gogh had out of his asylum window, and it became probably his most popular painting. This is Starry Night over the Rhone. This is probably my favorite.
Which is a painting in the city of Arles on the river of Rhone. Gas lamps were new to the city, so he painted their reflection dancing on the water.
The animation of the water is incredible.
This is one of the only paintings where they say the constellations weren't accurate. The next year, after consistently working from his new home in a Paris suburb, depression got the best of Vincent Van Gogh. Though he was finally getting some recognition and praise for his work in exhibitions and from critics, he shot himself in the stomach with a revolver. Miraculously, the bullet hit no organs, so he bled for hours. He was apparently even in good spirits until eventually the affection set in and he finally succumbed to the bullet wound 30 hours after the fatal shot. Vincent Van Gogh died July 29, 1890. He died depressed, broken, penniless. His death caused a stir in the art world and his reputation started to skyrocket. Van Gogh serves as maybe the perfect example of the misunderstood artist. Unsuccessful and unappreciated in life, and world-renowned and praised in death. 130 years later, we're all sitting around this big cavernous room, letting his work surround us and transport us into his mind. Life is crazy, huh? I always knew Van Gogh, of course, in his most famous works, but this exhibit has opened my eyes. I no longer just appreciate, I'm now a legit fan. I might buy Van Gogh prints for my home. That's how much I've enjoyed this.
Shop Van Gogh.
Like any good pop-up, it ends with a gift shop.
Alright, that's it for Immersive Van Gogh here in San Francisco. It's amazing. Come on down, vibe out. Really cool event. Thank you for making me an exhibit ambassador. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things that cool kids do. Vertlife, something or other tour. What was your favorite part, boy?
There was one part, it was painting of like a desk with a book on it and a candle, and the pages in the book were turning. I thought that was really cool.
That part's really cool. I think I like Starry Night over the Rhone and the windmills. I like those a lot.
Yeah, those are nice too.
Pretty sure this is an old parking garage. Can you tell?
Thanks once again to the Immersive Van Gogh exhibit for letting me be an exhibit ambassador. One of my first opportunities to do something like that, so it means a lot. I appreciate that. What do you think, boy?
I think that was fun. It was a cool experience. Lets you see into his mind.